All right, please have your band handy. Without disturbing the cat, there we go. Shoulders roll up, back and down. As a matter of fact, let's actually hold that band for a second, just for this beginning part. It can be nice and loose, just don't need it folded in half. We just want to get a little bit of shoulder love here. Doing a pull down and back and forward, down and back and forward. Use your lats as you come back and down. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Don't care about those ribs lifting up, that's fine. Couple more here. Last one, pull it back and down and relax. Shoulders back and down. Again, keep it handy. We're gonna step touch. And then we'll take 2 steps to your left in 4, 3. Here you go. Add 1 hamstring curl at the end. And then let's hold it here. Hamstrings, hands on your hips for now. And then we're just going to pretend like we have a band for now. Press back. Triceps. Keep those triceps going. Come back to your step touch. And then a step point. Then keep the triceps. Come into a knee lift. And then we'll make that a bigger movement so it's arms up and down. And then go up and over. In a moment, we'll stay on the left and double time in 4, 3, 2. Here you go. Two more. Step touch. We'll go 2 to the right in 4, 3. Here you go. Whenever you want to, you can add that hamstring. And we're going to leave it here, hamstrings only. See if you can mosey your way to grab your band. Hold it in half for me. We're going to flip it this time, so palms go underneath. Pull out a little bit so you have tension on the band. Bicep. Not a big deal here. It's mostly about pulling out on the band. Good. Come into step touch, biceps continue, and step point. And then as you step point, let's switch it. Arms out in front, pull back, rowing motion. Knee lift. And then that arm can become more of that lat pull. It'll be small range. Up and over you go. And in a moment, we'll stay on the right and double time it in 4, 3, 2. Here you go. Last 2. And step touch. You can just drape your band if you want. Shoulders up, back, and down. wide stance, kind of mosey into it. And back to center. Round and extend through the tailbone. And then add tailbone tucks, belly button pulls in, and then tailbone extends, belly button drops. Tuck that bottom half of your body and extend. Do that one more time, and now add tailbone up, belly drops, ribs drop, and then round through the ribs, low back and hips, and then all of that extends and round again. And then this time tailbone extends, belly drops, ribs drops, shoulders squeeze together. And then, so now we're in that full cat-cow. Then you're gonna drop that right shoulder in, look up over your left. And we'll come back to center, drop the left, look over the right. One more time, drop the right, look over left. And drop left, look to the right. And then we'll round and extend from that extended position, pull your abs in, pull your ribs in, big, beautiful, deep breath in, and bring it up. All right, let's lasso our left foot with the band. And bring that band into your, I'm sorry. Put that on your right foot, band on your right foot, my apologies. And then the other end of the band in your left hand. All right, step forward with your left leg and then back with your right. And all we're gonna do to start with thumb toward the sky, little bicep hammer curl here, right? So this muscle is facing the ceiling. Good, and then leave it down. Shift your weight into your left leg, turn your right toes in a little if that's in your wheelhouse, and lift. Then put the two things together so you bicep curl as you lift the leg and launch into the left leg. Two more here. We're gonna hold it. We're gonna pulse both ends tiny bit, tiny bit, tiny bit, tiny bit, tiny bit, tiny bit, tiny bit. And then keep that foot, excuse me, the band around your right foot, but move the band into your right hand at the same time. Launch into that left leg, bend that knee. And then this time, if you have a chair, you can use it. Bend that knee, push back. Bend the knee, push back. Bend the knee, push back. Then, if you want to, bicep curl right, hammer. And you can put those two things together. So you bicep curl as the leg kicks. You should feel this in your right booty, little hamstring. Left knee is bent, spine is long, abs are in. Last two. Last one, hold it out, push, 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 push. Woo, relax. All right, let's just go ahead, get the other side, then we'll do a little stretch so that band is coming underneath your left foot and into your right hand. You're gonna lunge into that right knee, bend that elbow, step back with the left leg and give me your hammer curl. So thumb is up, right? So it's not a regular palm up. And then hold that. Turn those toes in and lift that left leg. And of course, you can put those two things together if you want. Last one, hold it up, give me a little pulse. And relax. Bring that band into your left hand to match your foot. You have access to your chair, use it because you want to launch long, straight line in your body. Again, try that bicep curl. We're going to bend the knee and press it back. So we're donkey kicking basically. Then we put those two things together. Almost there. Last one, hold it up. Give me a little pulse, 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 and pulse. We'll give a little stretchy love. So just put your hand wherever. Cross your right ankle over your left leg, send that tailbone back. Roll it under. Extend it again. And then right over left, arms come up, hips go to the right, arm goes to the left. And then we come back to center. Cross that left ankle over the right thigh, bend that right knee a little bit, stick that tailbone out. Round it under. Extend it out again. And then left over right, hips go to the left, arm goes to the right. All right. Once again, we're going to go back to lassoing that right foot with the band in the left hand. All right. Stepping out, let's get the leg first. So this is just going to be a lateral lift. So make sure you have a little tension on it already. And then bring that down. This is going to be shoulder work, and I'm going to give you a couple options. You can turn the palm forward and do just here. It's going to be pretty tight, pretty small range of motion, and keep in mind your leg's going to be working against you. Or you can turn the palm down, grab the end of the band, and go here with a bent elbow. And then you put the two together. When the arm lifts, the leg lifts. So again, it's either thumb up, working a little more anterior deltoid, or palm down, working a little more medial shoulder. Totally up to you. Don't forget, you're also working that outer hip, I hope. And you can certainly switch that shoulder work around. We're almost done. Two more. And last one. Relax it. All right. Over to the left foot we go, sorry. And band in that opposite hand. We want to get a little stretch first so that we start to feel that lateral hip area. And then again, shoulder work might be thumb up, like that, or you might do palm down like this, and then you add that leg. Over here. And relax. Once again, that band can just go around your neck. And left over right, hips to the left, arms to the right. And the other way, right over left, hips go right. All right, we're going to single up that band. That sounded weird. All right, and then we're going to bring our hands so that when, actually, you know what, I'm going to give you some options here. Let's get those arms straight and barely any tension at this point. And then I want you to wrap that band so that it's gonna be nice and secure. So you may do a couple times around. Oops. So you don't even really need to hold it, because we're gonna be doing some push-ups with it. So you're gonna make your way down to the ground. And hopefully you have that band secured so that you're not having to grip it. And when you're at the top, you should feel tension. Hands as close together as you can manage and still do a good push-up, but elbows are going wide. It's not a Pilates push-up. But tension should come on the band when you press up, might be on the whole time. And relax. Listen up. Just take your left hand across your body, open that right arm up. And reverse it. Right elbow, forearm comes down, left arm lifts up. And then gently bring that down. All right. We're gonna roll up our mat so we can use it as a little bit of an elevation here. So roll it up pretty tightly so you have a nice big lift to sit on. All right, and then up you go on top of that lift. If you probably already knew that. And then scoot toward the front of it so you're not rolled back. You can't really see that, right? And then we're gonna hug that right knee in. Boy, you take a week off and you don't know your left from your right. All right, and then we're gonna lasso the bottom of the left foot. There we go. Woo. All right, so you're up on that lift. You're gonna lift that left leg, bend it a little and straighten it. And then I want you to start choking up that band until when you straighten it, you really feel your quad. And you're gonna hold that 4, 3, 2, 1, a little bend and a press, 4, 3, 2, 1. However much you want to choke up, you're sitting tall on that lift. That's why we're up on that lift. Right knee is helping you stay upright. And now we're going to add a little pull back with the shoulder when you extend the leg. Pull back with the shoulder when you extend the leg. It's not a bent elbow, it's a straight arm. So check it out. Your arm should be straight, and then you use your shoulder muscle to pull back. As you press that foot, the shoulder pulls back, the elbow does not bend, but the knee does. So we should be getting that quadricep, I hope, and then some shoulder work. 2 more. Last one, hold it here, press, 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 push back with the shoulder, press with the foot, tighten that quad. How straight can you get your leg? How much can you flex the foot? Ooh, bring that down, we'll stretch it in a moment. All right, band around your right foot and into your right hand. Left knee is bent and bring it in nice and close. And now you probably remember or realize, oh, maybe this is where I need to have my hands so I actually get some good tension. Bend and press, bend and press. And then whenever you're ready, you add that rowing motion, squeezing that shoulder blade. It's not really a row, sorry, retraction. Pull back and press. Pull back and press, sitting up as high as possible. Don't forget the pause that I did. Press back and hold, press and hold. Almost there. hand, let's hold it, squeeze that shoulder blade back, press through the heel, tighten up that quad, and relax. And then now, as I said, we'll stretch a little. So I want you to move over to the edge of the bump. So your left cheek is on the bump, but your right glute is in space, right? So there's air, space there. Then I'm gonna pull that right knee back, trying to get it further back than my hip. I'm gonna bring that right ankle close. So I'm already feeling a quad stretch, but instead of rolling back, I'm gonna roll that hip forward. And then bend into that left elbow if you want to increase that stretch. Tuck the hip forward, right arm can come up. Reach it behind you if you like, that should deepen that stretch even more. And then finally, if you want, bring it forward, tuck the rib and the hip a little closer, feel that hip flexor stretch in a little bit more on the top of the thigh. And then back to center we go. And now we're going to scoot off to the other side so that your right glute is still on the lift, but your left glute is hanging in space, which should allow your hips, instead of being uneven, they should be nice and stacked. And then that left knee goes further back than the hip, ankle comes close to you. If the hips are rolled back, roll them forward. And then if you want, slide it over onto that right elbow. Left arm can come up, open to the back if you like. Tuck the ribs and the hips closer. And gently bring that up. Okay, all right, so we're going to unroll our mat again. We're going to do one more for those outer hips, our lovely clam. So I often say this one is the hardest one to get into. You want to fold that band in half and take the fold underneath your knees so that it ends up, when you turn your knees towards me, the fold ends up in your top hand. Then take that top hand and grab the little tail as close to your thigh as possible. So now you're gripping both sides. You're gonna lie down, arm underneath your ear, stack your hips, stack your knees, stack your feet, and then put that knuckle on the ground. So you're not gonna lift that arm, or excuse me, that hand up as we go through this. But do lift your waistline up and then pivot your toes apart, heels together. And we'll just pivot open till we feel tension. And then from there, we're never gonna close further than this. We'll go further up, further up, further up. So it might be a very small range of motion. And then we'll bring that down for just a moment, lift the heels into the air, pivot the knees, or excuse me, the feet apart, lift the knees apart. When you have tension, press up from there. And relax. Ooh, hopefully that top hip felt that. Give it some love. And then let's go ahead and press up. Your knees are going to go in front, but going the opposite way. So again, the fold goes underneath your hamstrings and into the hand that will end up on top. You want to grab the tail really close to your thighs. You've got a lot of tension already, and knuckle down. Once you've knuckled down, lift your waistline for that mouse house. Pivot the toes apart, heels together, and press open. From there, press a little more, a little more, a little more. Good. And then heels in the air, press open and push. And relax. All right, give that hip a little bit of love. We're going to keep that fold on the band, but we're going to pivot over onto our spine. And you're going to put one hand into the fold, so it'll be easy to hold. Ha, that rhymed. And then the other hand, depending on the tension on your band, a little closer, whatever, but drape the band across your hips and then get to the point where you can get all 10 fingers on the ground. Then add your wrist, your forearm, your elbows, your triceps, your shoulders, and back of the head presses into the ground. You may already feel a little bit of tension on those hips. That would be awesome. Knees together, deep breath in. Keep your fingers, elbows, triceps and chest and shoulders on the ground, but push up against the band. From there, push up another inch. Keep pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing. Pushing, 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 and press, 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 press. And relax for a moment. Whew, we're doing that same position again. This time we're going to be working our arms. So lift up a little higher till your hands do come off the ground. Then with fingers extended, tap the ground with your whole arm. Lift, tap and lift, tap and lift. So like 100 kind of motion, but a little slower. And you are going to feel that hopefully in your triceps. You might feel it a little bit in your shoulders, your rear deltoids. And relax. Yeah. We get to put those two things together. I promise it will be a shorter set. Deep breath in, lift way up, and then when the hands come down, the hips go even higher. Up and press, up and press. Hips up, hands down, hips up, hands down, hips up, hands down, hips up, hands down, up and down, up and down, up and down. 2 and 1. Ah. Woo, take a little break. Maybe hug those knees into your chest. Little rock side to side. And then left foot on the ground. Now you have some options. We're going to do leg circle with the right foot. If you want to play it safe, you're going to take the band across the top of the foot and around behind. If you feel like you can do a leg circle with it just strapped under the arch, you can try that. I'm going to see what happens here. The first thing you want to do is have tension. The second thing you want to do is retract that shoulder blade. And point those right toes and draw a tiny circle on the ceiling without movement in your hip. Reverse that circle. And that's what we're doing, reversing the circle every time, inhaling to start the circle, exhaling to finish it. Abs stay engaged so that hips aren't wobbling. Back of the neck is long. If you'd like, feel free to straighten out the left leg and you can make your circles bigger. But notice if they start being a circle away from you instead of a circle overhead. And then up we go. Reach up, flex through that heel, give it a quick stretch, and then bend it in. And let's lasso or press the band across the left foot. Shoulder on the ground, little point of the toes, little circle. You can make those circles bigger. You can stretch out that right leg if you like. And back to center, give a little flex. All right, and then again, we're gonna do both feet. I might recommend you lasso this time.
over the tops of the feet and then in between the arches, but if you feel safe, you can do it the other way. You're at home, I don't know what you're doing. All right, but I prefer you be safe, please. Elbows bend, shoulders on the ground, toes point, and we're gonna gently lower those legs away from us without ever letting the ribs or the low back pop up, nor the shoulders, nor the head. Now, you can use your strap, your band as much as possible. You can use your biceps as much as possible. You can your abs as much as you want. You can do some combination. If this feels too intense on your back, you're going to bend those knees and turn this into our beautiful toe touch. Maybe just a tiny bit of assistance, totally up to you. And relax. Now we will untangle. And we'll single up that band again. Arms right above you. Deep breath in. Poke a hole in the ceiling with your fingers. Lift those legs tabletop and let's extend to opposite directions for your double leg stretch. As you reach your arms overhead, let's press them outward and then add that same move with the legs. Open and close. Reach, open and close. Reach and stretch and close. Head can be down, right? If that's a lot of neck tension, or you feel like it's not a good idea to get that much flexion in your cervical area. Same thing here. 2 more. And on this last one, we're going to bring the arms overhead, the legs away. We're going to reach out with the pinkies, out with the pinky toes, abs in, holding here, pressing out with those arms, holding. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, that was intense. Hug those knees in, take a little rock. All right, speaking of rocking, let's go ahead, we'll lasso those feet again. And then hands really close to your ankles. So bend the knees so that you can reach down to your ankles and then straighten out. And you should have big tension already. And you're gonna allow those legs to help lift your torso up. Then you get it to the top and let's give it a little squeeze. And then as you come down, your lower body will bring your legs back up. So just a little rocking motion here. Kind of like an open leg rocker, but our feet are together. And then let's make it a little more controlled. So just onto the waist and up. Onto the waist and up. Last time, bring it up. Hold it for a moment. Find a teaser if you can. And then bend the knees and stretch that out. Feet in front of you, separate those feet. Give me palms up, rowing motion, or thumbs up. And then pull back, give it a squeeze, pull yourself forward. All right. So then you're going to bend the knees and put the feet flat on the ground and use this for control as you lower yourself back down again, if that works for you. Now, options on the way back up. Come part of the way up, and if that's enough for you, just stretch the arms out and then come back down. So we'll start with an inhale, you'll come up to your level, you'll stretch the arms, and you'll come back down. Or your level might be all the way up, open the arms, all the way down. Breathing is the same, inhale at the bottom, exhale to lift partially or all the way, inhale to reach, and exhale back down. And just a few of those because we're moving on. But you may stay here, right? So option to stay here. If you want to go to the next level, it's pretty simple. We just go right back to where we were a moment ago with that leg lower. So if you prefer movement in the lower body, working towards those transverse abdominals a bit more, you're welcome to stay there. So now you have 2 lying down options. Next option as we build You'll wanna really, 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 really choke up on that band. I'm practically touching my ankles. And then I'm gonna move them out and I can't go any further. The band is so very tight. So now I'm gonna keep my legs hopefully sort of where they are and roll up and then roll back down. Or however that band lets me, right? So legs aren't moving, but upper body is. And then I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna try that the other way. I'm gonna try and keep my torso fairly still as just my legs move. And then the final option is our full teaser, which means everything starts from a dead stop. Everything comes up at the same time into that V, and then everything is back down, and everything is back up. You make a choice, whichever of those levels makes sense for your body, right? If you are choosing full teaser and both ends come up at the same time, it's controlled. And on this next one, let's just stay holding here and relax. All right, see if you can just slip that left foot out. And then you have options as we begin to stretch. You can put, if you'd like, that right foot into the band parallel so we get a little extra foot stretch. But if that's going to slip off, then you're going to lasso. And then I'm going to grab the back of the band with my right hand, and then I'm going to grab right up to my toe, pull those toes back, and then put both bands in my right hand, both ends. So my toe is already pulled back, it's already getting a beautiful stretch. Shoulder blade on the ground, that will increase that stretch. And then I'm going to push the ball of the foot up towards the ceiling and follow it with the toes. Then I'm going to pull the toes back, ball the foot back, and press the heel to the sky. I'm going to turn the toes pigeon-toed, do that same thing. Push the ball of the foot and the toes up. Pull them back, ball, toes, ball the foot, heel. And then I'm going to pivot the other way. Ball the foot and toes, reach. And then they come back. Then I'm going to slide that band through my hands a wee bit and drop my elbow onto the ground. Supporting that open leg, inner thigh stretch. I'm going to reach over, bring it up and over with my left hand, stretch the left leg out on the ground, put the left elbow on the ground, let that leg hang in space for a right hip stretch. And then I'm going to bring all of that back, bend the knee in, and choke up on the band all the way until my knee is right into my chest. And then the final challenge is, how much can I straighten that leg without moving my hands? And then I will gently slide that out and revel in the feeling of that right side. Then right knee is going to bend and left foot goes into the band. And again, we'll choke up on that with the left hand. We're going to push through the ball of the foot and the toes. Toes, ball of the foot, come back. And then we'll go pigeon-toed. Press the ball of the foot and the toes. Pull the toes and the ball of the foot back. And then go duck-footed. Toes, ball of the foot, and then pull back. And then I'm just going to slide my hand down, let that leg hang in space, supported by that left side. Reach over with the right arm as you straighten the right leg, let the right elbow rest on the ground, a little bit of pigeon toe, left hip stretch. And then back through center, and then we'll pull that knee in and we'll choke up on that band so very much, feeling that stretch in the hamstring and the foot, and then see how much you can straighten out that leg. And then slip the hands through, slowly lower, and you can leave the band off for now. Bend both knees, right ankle crosses the left thigh, press it open. Reach around, grab your hamstring, pull it in. If you've got the flexibility to grab your left shin, that'll increase the stretch on that right hip, especially as you bend those elbows and bring it all closer. And then pull that knee all the way across, so you're stacked knee upon knee, right arm to the side, knees to the left shoulder. And you might feel like that's good enough, you wanna stay there for a beautiful stretch. Or you can put your left foot on the ground, knees are still close to your chest, and begin to let them drop over to the left, either pausing when it's too much or letting them drop all the way. And back up through center we go, uncross. Left ankle over the right thigh, press it open. Thread your needle, either grabbing the hamstring or the shin. And hug that in. And then left knee all the way over, hug it in. Up and over to the right with the left arm extended. Feel free to hang on to it there, or right foot on the ground, let it twist. And then however you want to do it, meet me over on your hands and knees, please. Hands are a little ahead as you undulate forward in your cow-cat. And hands back right underneath your shoulders. Let's tuck those toes, pull the belly button in, press up and back, pedal out your heels, walk it. Bend your knees a whole bunch, hands on your thighs, roll cat. And inhale cow. Big deep breath in for our curtsies. Thank you.